name is Alex Schooley, and my research topic is adolescent suicide. The title to my presentation is The Temptation of Death. This topic is important because today the percentage of adolescent suicide is increasing. Not only is it increasing in the US, but it's increasing all over the world. My thesis is the World Health Organization in 2001 says the leading reasons in suicide by adolescents are depression, mental disorders, stress, physical abuse, competition in school, unemployment, bad relationships, social isolation, and many more. This is important because throughout my paper I discuss why these reasons are main factors in why adolescents choose to take their own lives. In my literature review, I discuss the importance of theories that I picked for my paper and how they coincide with the information I found in my research. The three social theories that I used are the social learning theory, symbolic interactionism, and conflict theory. Social learning theory is important because adolescents today are always seeing the media, and all the media talks about is death. This makes death realistic to adolescents and makes it seem like it's okay to take their own lives. Symbolic interactionist theory is important because it describes how the adolescent interacts with the world around them. With all the negative interactions that they have, they feel as though they are not needed in society and decide to take their own lives. Conflict theory is important because it describes the conflicts that they have with peers in school, peers in sports, acquaintances they don't know, and their family. If none of these interactions with their peers are good and cause conflict, this causes the adolescent to become depressed, stressed, and decide to take their own lives. In my hypothesis, I decided to say that adolescents turn to suicide because they feel like there's nothing left for them anymore. This is important because a major cause of depression is feeling like you're nothing in the world and that you're alone. In my paper, I describe why the feel of nothingness is important to why they decide to take their own lives. In methodology, the sources that I used were EBSCO, ProQuest, and our textbook, The Sociological Theory in the Contemporary Era. All of these sources helped me find research that described why adolescent suicide is so prominent in the world today. Some important findings are, nationally, suicide is the third leading cause of death among 12 to 19-year-olds and fourth in New York State. In 2011, 7.8% of U.S. youths reported attempting suicide in the past year. And last but not least, bullying is a significant risk factor for suicide ideation independent of other suicide risk factors. All of these describe the main important reasons why adolescent suicide is so prominent in the world. Not only is bullying causing students to have depression and causing them to take their own lives, but suicide is increasing everywhere and it is becoming such a social problem that is not being talked about enough. In conclusion to my research paper and presentation, my hypothesis has been answered. Adolescent suicide is a big problem not only in the United States, but all over the world. There are many reasons that adolescents turn to suicide. Again, those reasons are depression, bullying, mental disorders, and other reasons. I think that the policy recommendation that I conclude to would be that the education system should provide more help and more classes on suicide prevention. I think these should be instilled in middle school and